The changeover. I thought it was a 2:30 p.m. start. It's actually a 2:15 kickoff. So we're very, very close to kickoff now. Apologies. Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name's Key. We are live for West Ham against Nottingham Forest. Very, very big game this for Forest. They really, really need to get something here at the London Stadium. Do we think they're going to be able to? It's going to be a tough game. Straight after this, we've also got Arsenal against Newcastle. And before this, we've just seen the big farewell to the grand old lady. Everton beating Southampton 2-0. Really poor performance from Southampton. And kind of characteristic of their performance all season in the Premier League, hasn't it? So there you go. But yeah, here we go. Listen, we are live. It's the... It's the final game of the stadium, final game of the season, sorry, at the London Stadium, and it is going to be West Ham against Nottingham Forest. We are off and underway. I do just want to say a very, very big thank you to our sponsors, of course, Match Bingo. Match Bingo are absolutely brilliant. Go and check them out. Get your bingo card for this afternoon's Premier League games. If you go and set up now and you deposit £5, you get £10 free. You can click the link in my description or you can scan the QR code that is on screen. Match Bingo is absolutely fantastic. Combines all the fun and excitement of sports betting and football betting. If you like a bet on the footy, I'm sure you'll like Match Bingo. Combines all the excitement of that with regular, old, fun and exciting bingo. So yeah, go and check it out. Match Bingo, really, really cool app. £200,000 in prize money paid out this season already. But here we go. West Ham against Forest. We are underway. The clock and the timer is all good. It's all flying. It's all good to go. Yeah, we'll go through the lineup shortly. Let's just go live very, very quickly as well on TikTok. So, the lineups are... Ball into the box. It's nearly there. Whoa, what a save. Christ, it was nearly 1-0 to West Ham. What a save that is from Matt Sells. Great ball in from the right-hand side. Was it Sofal? I think it's Sofal here who's playing his last game at the London Stadium for West Ham. He did a big announcement over the weekend which had more empathy and actual emotion, genuine emotion, than Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure video. But he was crying, he was upset, and he's just put a hell of a ball into the box there. Whipped a ball into the box, and Thomas Souček, bang, great header, about 8-9 yards out maybe, just near the penalty spot, and Matt Sells pulls off an absolute world-class save. A really, really good save. West Ham with the corner, Sofal recovers it on the other side. It's all West Ham here. Opening 2 minutes, it is all West Ham. All West Ham. Right, let's cover the lineups very, very quickly. It's been a breathless start here at the London Stadium, so I don't want to miss too much. But here we go. For West Ham, in goal it is Areola. At the back it's Todibo, Kilman and Cresswell. Cresswell leaving West Ham, of course. Cresswell's announced that he's leaving. On the right it is Sofal, another one who's leaving the club. Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez in the middle with Wan-Bissaka on the other side. Wan-Bissaka playing almost as a left wing back. Left wing back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Who'd have thought he'd have had that in him? Wan-Bissaka's one that's very rarely mentioned with Manchester United, isn't he? Manchester United have sold all these players who've left and gone on to great things, and actually, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one of them, isn't he? He's one of the ones that you would look at and go, what a fantastic, what a fantastic performance he's had since leaving and going to West Ham. In front of him, anyway, it is Souček and it's Bowen and Kudus up front. So, yeah, let me know what you're thinking of that. For Forest, it's Sells in goal. It's Nico Williams left back, Olaina right back, Murillo and Milenkovic in the middle, Sangare, Anderson and Dominguez in the midfield three, and then it's Gibbs White, Elanga and Wood. Pretty common lineups for both of these teams, you have to say. Reece, West Ham were brutal to their fans, releasing 3-player video leaving announcements in one day. I know. Who was the other one? Cresswell, Sofal, and who was the other one? Jonathan Guzman 3791, first winning today, mate. first winning today? Do you mean Forest? Sorry, Forest winning today. No, it doesn't look like it so far. It doesn't look like it so far. No. No, Forest have started quite poorly actually. West Ham have done really well in the opening few minutes here. Daniel, didn't take long for the Trent shots to begin. What's the Trent shots? What's happening? Have I missed something? Forest chance must be. Oh my God! What a save by Areola. What a save, or maybe what a miss that is from Gibbs White. It really should have been a goal. That really should have been 1-0 to Forest. I mean, you've got to credit the keeper. Areola's done unbelievably well there. But this is a sensational miss from Gibbs White. It's a long throw into the box. It's a flick on and then 6 yards out. Gibbs White has just absolutely smashed it volley straight at the keeper. Any side, either side of Areola there, and it's a goal. Fabianski's leaving. Right, okay, thank you, Reese. I didn't know Fabianski was leaving. King Sloth 18. Who do you reckon is winning on Wednesday, and do you think Pep will stay at City? I think it's all set up for a Spurs win on Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's all set up for a Spurs win. Spurs have been better than United all season. They are one of the better attacking sides in the Premier League. They have beat United home and away this season. They've already knocked United out of one cup this season. United haven't beat Spurs since 2022. United are on a run of 6 defeats in their last 8 Premier League games. They are playing unbelievably poorly. So yeah, for me, mate, I think it's all geared up for a Spurs win. I think Spurs need the trophy more. Manchester United probably need the Champions League money more and the Champions League football more. Spurs just need the trophy. They want to get the trophy, the monkey off the back. It'd be a big thing for Heung-min Son. Big thing for Ange Postecoglou to keep his job. I think we're going to see Spurs win it, yeah. I think Spurs are going to win it. Here's Bowen coming in from the left. Sofal, good shot, good save. It's a corner. And do you think Pep will stay at City? Yeah, I think Pep will stay at City. Again, I'm not sure that Pep will. I'm not sure that there's any danger of Pep leaving City, unless there is any big announcement forthcoming that City are going to get any big sort of, punishment. Jonathan Guzman, you think Napoli are winning today? Yes, I think Napoli will beat Parma, and I think Lazio and Inter might be a draw. We're doing that one later. We are doing that one later, Inter against Lazio. So I'm going to be live for Inter and Lazio at about 7:30 tonight. Daniel, you said Sofal's departure message was more heartfelt and meaningful. It was. Sorry, I didn't know what you meant by that. Yeah, I did throw shade at Trent there. But it really was more heartfelt and meaningful. If you look at Vladimir Sofal's departure message to West Ham fans, and then you look at comparing it with Trent's, it's night and day. It's absolute night and day. Fayaz, just say you like talking about Man United. Someone asked about the Europa League final, Fayaz. I've got to talk about Man United if the context is the Europa League final. I'm going to find it very difficult to talk about the Europa... Next time someone asks me, who do you think's winning on Wednesday? Who do you think's winning the Europa League final? I'll just say, oh, sorry, mate, I can't reply to that because Fayaz doesn't like me talking about Manchester United. Ian Young Cop. On second, Ian Young. What do you think of the Summer of 66 videos coming out on social media today? Listen, I kind of don't give a monkeys really what the players are saying or thinking about the whole Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. Salah's come out and defended his mate. I'd expect him to. Robertson's come out and defended his mate. I'd expect him to. But if they think that they can tell the fans how to feel, how to behave, then, to be quite frank, get back in your box, lads, because you don't support the club. You're not supporters of the club. You might love the club and you've had an affinity for the club, but you've played for us for whatever it is, 8, 9, 10 years in some cases. But you're not fans of the club. So you can't tell us how to feel. And the reality, you're also not Scousers. I'm not a Scouser either, by the way, but Scousers are feeling a lot more pronounced about this whole situation than most other Liverpool fans. So that is the clear disparity, by the way. And you see Liverpool fans talking about this. Scousers and sort of match day going locals feel one way about the Trent situation, and often it's the day trippers and the southern Liverpool fans from other parts of the world, or rival fans taking pot to us who say, no, we should celebrate Trent, actually. He's been a fantastic servant to the club. Don't talk out your arse. He's been a rat. He's been an absolute rat, and he deserves everything he gets. So yeah, he deserves all the boos, and I hope he fails at Real Madrid. I don't think he will, but I hope he does. Kingsloth 18, just on that though, United are unbeaten in Europe, and Spurs have big injuries, and can Pep really rebuild? Spurs have injuries, yeah, but I think Spurs, even with the injuries, Spurs are a better side than Man United. I think if you do a combined 11 of the two sides on Wednesday night, you'll find that Spurs have more in there. Here's Forest coming forward. It's a good ball in. Ilanga, chance, crowded out. Well done, West Ham. Can Pep really rebuild? Yeah, Pep will get money to rebuild. He'll be fine. Fires, what do you think about Iliman and Dye? I think he's a player that is talented but needs to do better. That would be my opinion. I think he needs to do better at Everton next season. His numbers, his goal numbers have been nowhere near as good or good enough for the ability of the player. You know, Everton fans have been talking, oh, that's so poor. Forest have gone 1-0 up. Areola has absolutely threw West Ham under the bus there. He's had an absolute shocker. It was West Ham trying to pass out from the back. Graham Potter's going to be fuming, raging at this. And Gibbs White is showing a message to Awonyi there. I'm not sure why, mate. He's tore his intestine. He's all right, isn't he? It's a bit of an overkill, isn't it? But hey, Areola he's made a shocking error there. He tried to pass it out from the back. He got it all wrong, and Gibbs White's just tapped it into an empty net. 1-0 Forest. There you go. 1-0 Forest. Big start. Daniel, is Trent a Scouser? Yeah, Trent's a Scouser. Well, he's from West Derby. Yeah, he's a Scouser. Ethan, they'll all do the same because they'd all go Madrid given the chance. None of them are Scouts. I mean, I don't know if they would all go to Madrid given the chance. I think it's wrong or cynical maybe to say that all the players would behave the way that Trent would. I completely disagree. I think the way that Trent has behaved is disgusting. for a Scouser, for a Liverpool fan, a lifelong Liverpool fan, to behave the way he has, I think is out of order. And that's why Salah doesn't understand. He'll never understand. It's the reason Robertson will never understand. And I would expect him to back their mate. He has been their mate for many, many years. That's fine, back your mate. I have no problem with that. But don't profess to have any sort of understanding of the situation. You don't. You're not a Liverpool fan. You're not a local, you're not a Scouser. You're not a match-going fan. You wouldn't understand. So, that's my opinion. Ethan, they don't get it. Ian Young, spot on. Blurry, you think Canate can go to Real Madrid because he's not signed a contract and he has rejected one? Well, he hasn't rejected as yet. He's taking the Trent. There's a very familiar pattern, and Liverpool have already spotted it. Liverpool fans are already spotting it with Canate and with Trent. There's not been an outright rejection of any contract offers. There's just been a lot of silence. Liverpool have been negotiating with Canate for some time. Liverpool were negotiating with Trent Alexander-Arnold for some time, and throughout all that, there was just, well, I'm still making my mind up. I'm not sure. I'll decide at the end of the season. I'll give it some time. I'll have a think. Blah, 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 blah. And then, at the very last minute, then he says, oh, actually, I am going to Madrid, so it doesn't matter what you put in front of me. It doesn't matter. I'm not signing. So I'm going, and you're not getting anything for me. So I think Liverpool are wise to that now, and what we will see in the summer is if Canate doesn't sign a contract this summer, Liverpool will sell him to the highest bidder, whoever that might be. They'll sell him to the highest bidder, and off he goes. And if that's to Saudi, if that's to Madrid, whatever. But what can't happen, and what can't be allowed to happen, is Madrid come in and take two of our best players for free in successive summers. That can't happen. That can't happen. That would be them taking us for an absolute mug. So Liverpool will do everything they can to prevent that. And that would be them, by the way, that would be them taking us for a mug, and it would also be the players being complicit in Real Madrid taking Liverpool for a mug. And that's why there is such a feeling of disgust about the manner in which Trent Alexander-Arnold has gone about it. Because he should have been getting Liverpool a heads up to say, well, look, I'm going. And if he'd have told us 12 months ago, we could have sold him, which we could do with Canate, and he's known for at least 12 months he's going. He's talking nonsense. King Sloth 18, just on that though, United are unbeaten in Europe. Yeah, we've done that one. Jonathan Guzman, that's true, mate. What he did is haram. Leroy Jenkins, fact of the matter is, Madrid are the biggest club in the history of the world. Can't blame the guy. Can't blame the guy for wanting to go to Madrid. No. But that's not the issue. That's for what you've said there, mate. That's a real misunderstanding of why Liverpool fans are upset. It's not that he wants to go to Madrid. It's not that. He could go to Madrid. Honestly, there was a way for Trent Alexander-Arnold to leave and go to Madrid either this summer or last summer, and he would have gone with the fans' blessing. The fans would have waved him off. He'd have got a hero's departure, and it would have been sad. It would have been teary. It would have been emotional, and he'd have gone. There was a way for that to happen. There would have still, don't get me wrong, there still would have been a hardcore, a cross-section, a very small number of Liverpool fans who just said, yeah, he's a rat. That would have still existed, but it would have been a real minority. Now you're talking about, I would argue, maybe 60% of the fan base, if not more, think he's a rat. I think it's the vast majority, yeah. I think the majority of the fan base think Trent is a rat, and he's burned his bridges, his legacy is tainted, and he can never come back to the club. That's my opinion. Pep normally runs for the door when a rebuild is needed, always being at a ready-made club. I'm not sure that's true, King Sloth. And maybe you're right. Even let's say we accept you're right, then this is an opportunity for him to prove others wrong in that sense. AM10, Wirtz came to Blackpool not to speak to Liverpool. He wanted to go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Maybe. FM No Casuals, it's the hardest decision I've made, but the timing says otherwise. Yeah, exactly. Bang right there. It's the hardest decision I've ever had to make. Oh, and by the way, in 24 hours, Real Madrid are going to put another offer in for me. Talk wet. King Sloth, can I ask you this? Do Liverpool fans put any blame on the club for this? No, not at all. Liverpool have been negotiating with Trent for a very long time. And by the way, Jurgen Klopp told the club he knew that he was leaving, and it was months before he announced that he was leaving that the club knew, and the club got ahead of it. There was a whole plan in place. There was like a succession planning. You know, what are we going to do? How do we get you to leave in the right way? All that sort of thing. Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't done that. He's made he only told the club. He only officially informed Arne Slot that he wanted to leave. Like end of March or mid-March, whenever it was. It was March when he told the club that he wanted to leave after the January transfer window, when he could have gone in that moment and the club could have got some money for him. We could have got 25 million for him in January. He's barely played since January, to be honest. We might as well have got the cash then. And if he'd have been honest at that point, then, you know, there's still been some shouts that he's a rat, but most of it would have died down. But he hasn't. He's played the club at every single... And this is what I don't understand why some fans, unless it's just willful ignorance at this point, to me it just seems like he's played the club at every single point, and I can't understand how fans don't see that. He's literally played the club at every single point to try and get the best deal for himself. Reece, do you think Madrid will still go for Saliba or Canate now they have Hyson? I think they'll get Canate. That's my feeling. That is my feeling. Daniel, does Canate have 12 months left? Yes, he does have 12 months left. Daniel, who's the biggest Judas? Campbell, Figo, or someone else? I would say Campbell. Figo was more of a manipulation thing, wasn't it? He didn't. If you watch or if you read the story about Figo, he never actually wanted to go to Madrid. It was a whole thing that his agent kind of roped him into. So if you watch the Real Madrid Luis Figo story, I'm not sure he ever actually wanted to go. Campbell was a rat. Yeah, Sol Campbell was definite. Yeah, rat behaviour. West Ham getting forward. Chance off the face of the goal. Unlucky. Apparently Canate wants 200k a week. 200k a week's still about the going rate for a centre-back as good as Canate. So I think Liverpool, and this is it, I'm sure Liverpool have offered him around about that mark. I don't think it's about money for Canate. I think either him and his agent are trying to play the club to sell him this summer, or he'll leave for free next summer. I think they know they want to leave. So I'm expecting Konate to leave. That's my own personal opinion. Daniel, were you old enough to watch Barnes? Yes, I watched Johnny Barnes. Maybe not peak John Barnes, but I certainly caught the tail end of John Barnes' Liverpool career. And I've obviously seen clips and my dad talking about him. John Barnes was exceptional. Love John Barnes. Razine, mate, where do you work? There, you watching it right here. This is it. This is it. This is my work right here. Daniel, do you think Liverpool's offer for Trent was more than Van Dijk's and Salah's? Well, allegedly it was, yeah. Allegedly he was being offered more by Liverpool to stay than he is getting at Real Madrid. How true that is, we don't know. Ben, if he doesn't extend this summer, get him gone. Absolutely agree. Ethan, Konate and Hyson both at Madrid. One of them will be on the bench every week. Not necessarily. If it's a three-man Madrid defence, which seemingly that is what Alonso is shooting for. If it's a three-man Madrid defence, it could well be Konate, Hyson, and then maybe Militao or maybe Asensio, maybe whoever, Rudiger. There is room there, isn't there? They could overload on centre-backs, and Konate, Hyson, Rudiger, Konate, Hyson, Militao, that's a fearsome back three, isn't it? Daniel, do you think he should have got more appearances for England? Well, he played quite a lot for England, didn't he? He kind of played in an England side that wasn't particularly good. There wasn't a particularly strong England side when Barnes was, I think, at his best. Reece Stevens, an Arsenal fan, I completely understand Liverpool fans' frustration. Blurry, I think Konate is going to come to Real Madrid. Yep, totally agree. Vaughan, Eagles, good to see a Palace fan, mate. Really looking forward to Palace in Europe next season. Blurry, if Konate leaves, who would you love to come as the new centre-back if he leaves? That is a good question. Do you know what? Probably Gay, funnily enough. I really like Gay. Yeah, I really like Gay. Razine, out of context, have you watched Ted Lasso? I love it. I've never seen Ted Lasso, no. No, I've never seen it. King Sloth, but don't you think Salah and VVD mugged yous off for money then because they ran theirs down for cash? How do you know they ran them down for cash? I don't think they ran them down for cash. Not at all. And by the way, I've no problem with players negotiating with clubs to get the best deal for themselves. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's a player's prerogative. Look, you've got to get the best deal that you can for yourself. So I understand that. And again, there's no issue with that for Trent and Real Madrid. I just think it's a little bit snaky. Well, not even a little bit. A lot snaky. And really, really hypocritical for a player to profess that he loves the club, he's grown up supporting him all his life, and then to behave that way and just kind of leave with, I'm not really bothered. I'm not really bothered how you come out of this situation. I'm just looking out for number one. And that is what it's been. That is all it's been. He's not given monkeys how Liverpool come out of this situation. He's told us at the very last minute. He's lied to Liverpool and Liverpool's fans throughout that he might stay. He's not sure. He's known all along. It's now very, very evident that he's known for at least 12 months. At least, if not longer, maybe even 2 years, that he's definitely going to Madrid. And he also knows, he's not silly, Trent also knows that if he joins Madrid as a free transfer, then he can say to Madrid, well, listen, you'd have probably had to pay 60, 70 million quid for me. Maybe more. With 1 year left on the contract, it's that. Maybe if it was 2 years, it may be 100 million plus. So, you owe us a pretty penny. Sol Campbell has to go down as the biggest Judas. Legendary new contract then goes to Arsenal. Yeah. Ethan, he had a clause where if Perez was made Madrid president, then he had to move. Exactly, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I think he was kind of hamstrung by that, wasn't he? AM10, if we do lose Konate, who would you want as the replacement? Gay would be the one. Yeah. Jonathan Guzman, you think Liverpool are winning tomorrow? I hope so, mate, but probably not. No, I think we're still on the beach. We're absolutely hungover. They would have signed ages ago then because they did get offered contracts before the last 12 months. No, I know, but what I'm saying to you is you're saying it's purely about money. What I'm saying is I think that Salah and Van Dijk have always intended to stay at Liverpool. They've never had really any serious ideas of leaving. But in order to get the best deal, and anyone who's worked in sales knows this, what do you have to be prepared to do if you're trying to get the best deal? You have to be prepared to walk away. That is absolutely what it is. You have to make sure that whoever you're negotiating with knows that you don't have to go with them. So that's how agents work. Agents will be telling the club throughout and feeding rumours to the press to get the fans all wound up to say, Van Dijk's, he's been approached by Chelsea. Yeah, been approached by Chelsea. He's been offered big money by Chelsea, He's going to go to Chelsea on a free. Liverpool then get wound up and annoyed and go, oh my God, we're going to lose the best centre-back in the world to Chelsea, to a rival. We can't do that. We've got to pay him what he needs to be paid. So they're more likely to cave in. Same with Salah. There was rumours about Salah going to Saudi, going to PSG. As soon as Salah signed the contract, he literally said, didn't he? He said, I was never going to Saudi. I'm not going to Saudi. It was never going to happen. So sometimes players and agents have to do this thing to get the best amount of money that they can. Bearing in mind, this is probably the last big contract that both of these two are going to get, because in another 2-3 years, they're a lot, 2-3 years older. They're not going to be able to command the same wages. So I don't mind them. I don't mind them negotiating hard, but they've been very clear with the club all the way through and I think that they're always likely to stay. They want to stay. Van Dijk was saying he wanted to stay. And Salah was saying, let's just see. I'm planning for it to be my last season, but let's just see. I think they knew all along, and they probably told the clubs in the negotiation, listen, we want to stay. Our priority is to stay, but you've got to do better. You've got to give us some bigger numbers. Blairy, if Arsenal lose and Chelsea win, Villa, Arsenal can go top 5. I think Arsenal are beating Newcastle. I'm pretty certain of that. Arsenal will beat Newcastle in the 4:30. AM10, if we lose Kanate, I would get Simikan to be the replacement. When I've seen Simikan, he's been great. Yeah, he's one we've been looking at, isn't it? Razine, if Everton plays United in the Champions League final, who do you support? United gets 4th or Everton be a European champion? Ain't never going to happen though. I'd probably support Everton in that case. Yeah, if it was Everton against Man United, I'd probably... No, I wouldn't. I'd probably support United, actually. The idea that Everton could win a European Cup would be pretty grim. Yeah, it would be pretty rough. But yeah, listen. I mean, in terms of who replacing Kanate, I mean, there's a lot of players. I mean, Bastoni would obviously be the one you'd love, wouldn't you? You could go out and get Bastoni. I think he's been really, really good. I mean, Schlotterbeck's been quite good, I think, for Dortmund. Obviously, lots expected of him. Maybe even Mickey van der Ven at Spurs. Mickey van der Ven at Spurs has been really, really solid at times. When he's fit, I think he's excellent. We've looked at Lukeba as well. Lukeba at Leipzig. He's another one we've looked at over the years. I mean, many years ago, Antonio Silva was thought of as the next big thing coming out of Portugal. But again, he's kind of fallen off a cliff. It's not been a particularly solid season from him either. So, I don't know. I don't know. I think... There's a number of top centre-backs, but you don't find many as good as Kanate, and we should be fighting tooth and nail to keep him. Reece, I saw Salah say he wasn't sure he was going to stay based on Liverpool's philosophies on players 30+. Exactly, which again is a negotiating tactic, isn't it? That's him saying, listen, I don't think they're going to give me the money I deserve. I might win the Ballon d'Or this season. I deserve to be one of the highest paid players in the Premier League. Which is absolutely fair enough, isn't it? That's absolutely fair enough. And if the policy have got if the club have got a policy of not offering players over 30 X amount, then they're going to have to break that policy to keep him, and that's what he was asking him to do, which they've evidently done, and that's great. That's exactly what we wanted. Tom, hello again, brother. How are we? Good to see you, Tom. Really good to see you. Blurry, I think Rudiger and Van Dijk will be the best centre-back in 25-26 season. Okay. Jonathan Guzman, Arsenal are going to win, bro. Yeah, Arsenal are going to beat Newcastle. Absolutely. Jake, it was a risk. Trent VVD Salah. Can you remember the agent? Trent with Jude was the other way round. Trent with Jude was the other way around. I can't remember that, no. I mean, Trent's agents are his brothers, aren't they? Yusuf, did you see Salah and Gary Neville? I did, yes, yeah. Where he said that his favourite ground to play in is Old Trafford. Because he scores every time there. Mo Trafford. Jonathan Guzman, what's a worse rivalry? Liverpool v Everton or Liverpool v Man United? Always Liverpool v United. Yeah, I mean, when you say worse rivalry, I don't know what you're particularly talking about, but Liverpool v Man United is the biggest in club football, certainly in England anyway. Absolutely. Blurry, Vivian is a great option from Bilbao. Yeah, Vivian's... I think with him, I'm not sure, because Bilbao have got Champions League football next season. I think they'll probably keep hold of him. Same with Nico Williams. I think both of them stay. Yeah, because there's not an obvious club coming in and paying big money for them, but both have been very, very good. I agree. AM10, if Liverpool sign Wirtz, I've seen he could be played as a false 9. I don't think for 1 second Wirtz is coming to Liverpool. I think that's more transfer rumours and agent bluster. It's nonsense. It's no way he's coming to Liverpool. It's all agents trying to blow smoke and create an actual title or an actual transfer race for him, and he's going to Bayern. He's always said he's going to Bayern. Razine, which game are you doing the last game day of La Liga and the Prem? The Prem, I don't think the La Liga and the Prem kick off at the same day, same time, right? So Premier League is we're going to do Chelsea against Forest. Up to this point, anyway, that's the one that I'm going to be doing. Kieran Baines, I'm here, but I'm focusing on the Ipswich game. No worries, Kieran. Yeah, we're going to keep updated on all the other games as well, of course. Jaden, time stopped. Just fixed it. Kieran, I just read that for 17th and 18th team in the Premier League is £2.5 million difference. Yeah, it is £2.5 million pretty much per position. Every position in the Prem, you earn an extra £2.5 million. AM10, I think, is to get more money from Bayern, but I will dream he is. It is to get more money from Bayern, mate. That's what it is. It's just trying to get more money out of Bayern Munich. That's all it is. And they know it is. I'm sure Liverpool aren't stupid. They're just trying to get more cash out of Bayern Leverkusen. Jake Curtin, Liverpool was 5th at the time, and Trent was sure which way he was going to go. Archie Duncan, thanks for liking the live. Just Jack PB, thoughts on Crystal Palace? Absolutely made up for him. Absolutely made up for him. Seeing, dads and granddads hugging each other and crying yesterday, it's exactly what we wanted. That's what football's about, innit? So we loved that. And I made up for Crystal Palace, yeah. And now they're in Europe next season. Can they handle that? Can they keep hold of Eze? Can they keep hold of Gay? Can they keep hold of Wharton, Lacroix, Munoz, Sarr, Mateta? All these players who've helped them this season, who've been really, really good. Do we think they keep hold of him? I think Eze is almost certain to go. £60 million buyout clause. Seems cheap, doesn't it, for a player who's been that good this season? But he is of an age, I think, Eze, isn't he? Is he 27 now? Like, he's coming into his prime again, which is great, but if you pay 60 million for a player, you usually expect to get a bit more out of him. Daniel, if Moisey had a guaranteed 2 seasons, where do you think he could take the Manchester United of today? Probably back up into the top 6. Yeah, maybe 6th again. Moyes is a very, very good manager. It would be turgid football. It would be difficult to watch. Bobby, what's the score? It's 1-0 to Forest. West Ham 0, Forest 1. Again, if you want to check out YouTube, Premier League Dad, we've got a scoreboard, we've got a clock, we've got goal scoring animations, all that sort of thing. Ethan, they've said they'll take 100 million from City, but are charging Bayern 150 for him. Yeah, Bundesliga tax. But I'm not certain he wants to go to City or Liverpool. I think he almost certainly wants to go to Bayern, and Leverkusen know that, so they're trying to flush out a bigger bid from Bayern, and it might end up being that he goes for 120. You know what I mean? 120, rise into 130 or something like that. There's always a compromise to be done, but there's no way I think Wirtz goes to anywhere other than Bayern. Michael, who gets Champions League places? Forest are surprising me here, because I really, really did think that West Ham would get a win. And to be honest, the way West Ham started, they played really well. It's just been a horrendous horror moment from Areola to put Forest in front. So, I think there's still time. If Forest do get a win here, then all of a sudden that Forest v Chelsea game on the final day looks big. Very big. Yeah, very, very big. But I suspect Arsenal beat Newcastle later today, and I also think that Everton could well get a result, even if it's only a draw at St James's Park. So, and I also think Villa will beat Man United on the final day, by the way. So, for me, I think Aston Villa will finish on 69 points. I think Chelsea will beat Forest at the City Ground, and they'll finish on 69 points. And I think Newcastle will lose today and draw with Everton, and I think Newcastle will drop out and Forest will drop out. That's my opinion as it stands currently. AM10, I think Eze will stay for one more year to do European football. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Bayern Munich are building a strong team. Very much so, yeah. Imagine if they get Elise, Wirtz and Musiala just behind Harry Kane. That's some fearsome front three, isn't it? Daniel, do you think there's any truth to Trent regretting signing a pre-contract because he didn't expect Liverpool to be this good? I've heard this. I have heard this. And he signed a pre-contract and it would cost him money to get out of it. Yeah, I heard that. That, I don't think is the case, because if that was the case, then he would have... I mean, do you know what? Maybe that there is an element of truth to that, because I could certainly see Real Madrid sort of pushing him and saying to him around about sort of January time, listen, if you don't sign a contract with us, we'll go for a different right back. We'll go and get someone else. If you don't commit to us now, we need to know what you're doing. If you don't commit to us now, we'll go and the window will go. So you either sign with us or you're on your bike. And he might have panicked at that point and he might have done it, but that still doesn't really excuse him lying to the club throughout. It still makes him not look so great. So I'd like to think that was the case, Daniel, but no, sadly I don't think that is the case. Corner kick here to West Ham, and it's a free kick to Forest. Daniel, Man United need to drop their ego if they want to climb the table. I think they need to drop the manager if they want to climb the table. Daniel, Potter has West Ham stinking. I need Chelsea in the Conference League. Do we think Chelsea win the Conference League? Betis have been really good, you know. Lucas Lambert, Eze would be good for a team like Chelsea. He would. But again, the last thing Chelsea need is a number 10. They've got Cole Palmer. All wingers. They've got Cole Palmer. They've got Kendry Paez and Willian Estevao coming in. The young South American wonder kids coming in. They've also got Sancho, Neto, Madueke, Tyreek George. Like they've got so many wide, and Dewsbury Hall. They've got wide players and attacking number 10s, midfielders. The last thing they need is an Eberechi Eze. AM10, where do you think Hugo Ekitike will end up next season? Probably somewhere like... I wonder if he could be tempted to go to one of those teams who are just going to sneak into the Champions League in another league. I don't think he gets a massive step up, but he might be tempted to go somewhere like Napoli, if Napoli were open to him. That's probably the biggest club that I could see him going to. Other than that, it wouldn't surprise me to see maybe Villa looking at him if Watkins moves on. I mean, Eintracht Frankfurt have got Champions League football, so it's going to take something impressive for him to leave. He might end up staying there. Eintracht Frankfurt can't keep selling the best players. They've just sold Marmouche. They can't be selling him as well. Ubaid, the problem at United is the players, so many managers, and the same problems. Nah, it's not the same problems. It's the problems have got far, far worse under Amorim than any other previous manager. I think you've got a fair point to say that the squad hasn't been particularly good and the squad needs refreshing. Of that, I absolutely agree. But the manager has played a huge part in where Manchester United are in the league table. Again, they finished 8th under Ten Hag and won an FA Cup last season. They're now 17th. It's got far, far worse. Far, far worse. Kieran, Ipswich are in pink today. Oh yeah, that is the away kit of Ipswich, isn't it? Rubes, hello Mrs. Kieran. Hello Rubes, good to see you. I've kept the Mbappes away. Jake Curtin, Toon beat Arsenal 3 times this season without conceding a goal and scoring 5. 1-0 Toon today. Oh yeah, we shall see, we shall see. Veni Vidi Vici, I love the United downfall. Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. Lucas Lambert, what games are you watching today? I am watching... We've already watched Everton against Southampton. Forest are in again here. Could be 2. Good save, Areola. Yeah, we've already watched Everton beat Southampton 2-0. We're now watching West Ham 0, Forest 1. And then we are about to watch Arsenal against Newcastle after this one finishes. Once Arsenal-Newcastle finishes as well, we're going to do a top-of-the-table Serie A clash. Inter Milan, who are currently 2nd, but only 1 point behind Napoli, who also play tonight against Parma. But we're watching Inter Milan at home, the Champions League finalists, against 5th place Lazio, who are also fighting for the Champions League spot. So we're going to be watching that tonight. Jonathan Guzman, Vardy to score and Leicester to win. That's certainly what everyone's hoping for, isn't it? AM10, would you take De Bruyne at Liverpool next season? Yes. Yes, absolutely. What a player. Of course you would. He's so good. So good. Veni Vidi Vici. It's El Sacico in the Europa League final. It should be El Sacico, but I fear it won't be. I actually think that no matter what happens, both of those managers are still in the job come the end of the season. And I actually think Ange Postecoglou has earned a bit of a reprieve. There's Tottenham fans who are now, they've kind of been won round by Ange Postecoglou. Manchester United, it's the opposite way around. I think they should be sort of baying for blood, Man United fans almost, but they're not. They're remarkably sort of supportive and positive of Ruben Amorim. He's got him 17th in the league. You know, they're falling to bits. So I just don't understand, personally. But hey, there you go. El Clownico. El Clownico is what a lot of people are calling it. Rubes Hiles, what was the Everton score? It was 2-0. 2-0 to Everton. Both goals scored by Illiman Ndiaye. Lucas Lambert, what 3 players would you like for Liverpool? In an ideal world, I would love to see us go out and get Adam Wharton. I love Adam Wharton. Maybe Bastoni from Inter. Bastoni, Wharton, and then possibly Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. Veni Vidi Vici, injuries have saved Ange. I think Amorim obviously needs a transfer window. If Amorim was here from the beginning of the season, they would be relegated. If Amorim was here from November, they'd be relegated. Like the start of it. He's got a worse points per game record than Paul Jewell, who was the manager of Derby and nearly took him down. So I just can't see. Ben, not a chance Amorim will be at United come the start of next season, but Ange won't be at Spurs. No, okay, well, Ben, let's double up on our bet then, Ben. Let's double up, because I reckon both of them are here on day 1 of the Premier League season. That's what I think. Both of them are here on day 1 of the Prem season. Both Ange and Amorim are still where they are. That's what I think. Jake, search Europa League final, Dumb and Dumber on Google Images. Thank me later. Pedri Lover, are you watching Barca today? No, Pedri Lover. No, we're watching West Ham v Forest now. Then we're watching Arsenal against Newcastle. And then once that finishes, we're going to be watching Inter Milan against Lazio. Daniel, what manager will have the coldest quote come the end of the season? I honestly think it'll be Ange Postecoglou again. It'll be him saying, "I always win something in my or I usually win something in my second year." And then what it'll do, it'll be that music where it cuts to him with the Europa League trophy going. Yeah, I love it. I'm really hoping that. Come on, Ange. Daniel, do you think there'll be big departures at Forest? I think Gibbs White to City would be a good fit. Yeah, Gibbs White certainly wants to look at. Apparently Hudson-Odoi as well has made it known that he wants to move on, and there's a number of Italian clubs looking at him. How true that is, we don't know. Ola Aina, as far as I'm aware, hasn't signed a new contract yet. He's out of contract at the end of the season. It wouldn't surprise me if Murillo went. Murillo feels like he's maybe one Liverpool have been looking at. If Canate was to go, Murillo might be one we take a chance on. Kieran Baines, no Delap in the starting 11. Well, he's definitely gone, isn't he? He's definitely gone. What's he doing? What's that West Ham fan doing? Is anyone seeing this? Why are they just randomly all stood up? There's loads of West Ham fans sat down, and then just the odd one has just stood up in the middle. It's bang on half time. Maybe they're all just getting ready to go inside and have the pie and the pint or whatever. Daniel, who will be Liverpool's biggest signing this year? Probably the centre forward. I would imagine Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez is the one that stands out to me. Right, West Ham are flying forward here now. Here's Kudus. Chance on the counter-attack, maybe. Daniel, nice tribute by Leicester pre-match. Oh, West Ham are getting into the area. That's going to be a corner to West Ham. Oh my God, how's he not give that? Pedri Lover, no Napoli versus Parma. Gran partido. Real Madrid beating Sevilla today. Yeah, I think Madrid beat Sevilla. I haven't... We decided Inter Milan v Lazio would be the better game to watch. I actually personally wanted to watch Roma against AC Milan. That was the one that I was hoping to watch. But everyone's overruled me on this channel. Liam Jamshidi up the Palace. Yeah, come on Palace. Palace in Europe next season will be really interesting to watch. Lucas Lambert, where do you think Liverpool will place next season? Second. Yeah, second. I think we're still going to be a very, very good side. But I can't lie, I am a little bit concerned about the number of changes that we are probably going to make. We're going to have Frimpong coming in, that's great. On the left, might be Kirkes, might be Hato, we don't know. Maybe Canate goes, maybe Murillo comes in. Central midfield, I think we probably do go out and get a central midfielder. What does that look like? Do we then change the midfield three? Do we drop one of Gravenberch, McAllister or Szoboszlai? That's more change. Then you're looking at, potentially Diaz was looking at leaving. Does he actually? Jota's looking at leaving. Darwin Núñez is looking at leaving. Chiesa's looking at leaving. So all of a sudden then you're talking maybe Harvey Elliott on about leaving. You're talking a lot of, maybe 8-9 players leaving the club. That's a third, at least a third of the squad. Sometimes maybe even half, and depending on how big the changes are. But maybe a third of the squad leaving. It's a lot of upheaval, and some teams aren't always the best at dealing with that. So, my personal prediction is it'll probably be second. Yeah, but that's bearing in mind that's now. That is now before we've seen what Liverpool's summer looks like, before we've seen what City's summer looks like, before we've seen what Arsenal's summer looks like, Chelsea's, etc. All of those teams could have a summer which makes me completely change that. If Arsenal get Gyökeres and Zubimendi and that's their star signings, I think we win it again. Unless City go out there and do something spectacular, go and get a Morgan Gibbs-White, go and get, Tijani Reinders, and add a few more to that squad where you're looking at it and going, fine, okay, yeah, maybe City could trouble us. Substub, good to see you, Substub. Not seen you for a while, mate. Hope you're feeling good. Daniel, I'd like to see the Forest team stay together for the Champions League. I think if they do get the Champions League, then they might do. They might be tempted to, but if they don't, then it's almost certain that a few of them leave, isn't it? Daniel, there won't be a team better than Liverpool unless another team does something special in the market. And it really does just boil down to that. It depends on what Liverpool's summer looks like, Arsenal's and City's. What happens between June and the start of August, I think probably defines who the winner is next year. That's fair to say. Whoever makes the big changes and gets them right probably wins the league. And it'll still be between them three. I don't know why I'm saying Chelsea. I usually throw Chelsea in there because Chelsea are, they've got an outside chance because of the resources, and I think they've already got the bones of a good squad. They're just not maybe managed as well. But they're probably the only ones who could challenge the top three. City, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's one of them three winning it next year. Chelsea could if they got a lot of things right. Right, well, we've got Murillo down here. We are still playing in the first half. Jonathan Guzman, do you really think Alvarez is going to Liverpool? Yeah, I do. I think Alvarez wants to leave Atleti. There's rumours that he's gonna be putting maybe a transfer request in. He's let the club know that he wants to leave, which is always nice, isn't it? It's always nice when a player who has no affinity whatsoever with the club is actually saying to the club, "Oh yeah, I probably will want to be leaving." Yeah, it'd be nice if your homegrown players did that, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So look, I think Alvarez probably does leave Atleti this summer, and if he does, I'm sure Liverpool will be at the front of the queue. We've watched him for a very long time. We've let him know that we're interested. I think Darwin Núñez to Atleti is a very good fit as well. That makes a lot of sense. It's half time here now, half time, and it is West Ham 0, Forest 1. A horror show from Alphonse Areola, Alphonse Areola. A horror show, trying to play out from the back, trying to pass around, got it all wrong, passed it out, and Morgan Gibbs-White smashed it in. Murillo, who we've just been talking about in a really positive way, potentially coming to Liverpool, maybe, he's one that Liverpool have looked at, is being carried off the pitch at half-time. So that might be his day over, almost certainly is. Hannah Pickford, hi Hannah, how you doing? That guy Jack, do you think Nottingham Forest gets Champions League or Europa? Europa. Yeah. Right, so West Ham 0, Forest 1. Can they turn it around here, West Ham? What do they need to do to turn it around? Because I thought they started the game quite well, if I'm dead honest with you. We've had no goals in the other games thus far. Brentford against Fulham, Leicester against Ipswich. Both of those still 0-0. Admittedly, only 10 minutes in. There's not really a lot else going on, is there, to be honest? The SPL games are all still 0-0. They've only just kicked off not that long ago. 24, shit up, boy. Yo, good to see you. Alvarez overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a very, very good striker. I'm just not sure if he's necessarily Arne Slot's type of striker. That's the only thing that makes me doubt whether or not we'd go back in for him. He's a very good player, but yeah, Arne Slot did well with Santiago Jimenez at Feyenoord, didn't he? And the two are quite different. So he might want someone a bit more imposing, maybe someone a bit more like Sesko. Sesko might make a bit more sense for Arne Slot. Unknown FRX thoughts on signing Frimpong. Not my favourite choice of a right back, if I'm dead honest with you, mate. I think he's a good signing, at least in the sense of I think he represents good value. He's 30 million quid. You're not going to find a better right back for 30 million quid than Jeremy Frimpong. He's played right back very, very well for the Netherlands, for Leverkusen. I quite like him defensively. I know a lot of people seem to have an issue with his defensive stats. I don't know why. I think he's quite good. So I've no problem with Frimpong, but he's not the right back that I would have signed. I'll say that. Lucas Lambert, do you like Federico Chiesa? Like him, yeah. Very, very likeable. Don't think it's worked out for him at Liverpool. So I think he'll go. Unknown FRX, I like the ruthlessness from us signing someone really quick. Yeah, I mean, look, you know he's available. You know you want him. You might as well, you got to go and get him, haven't you? Right, okay, here we go. What are we saying? Daniel saying Chelsea is disrespecting the other teams. Put the Leicester game on for half time or the Brentford game. Oh, we could actually, yeah. Didn't even think of that. Oh, 1 second. Forgive me. The live pause. Don't know why. Is it still charging that? Yeah, it is charging. What's happened to Murillo? He just went down, mate. I think he's done his knee. Looked like his knee. What the hell is happening with Chiesa, bro? I just think he's struggling. I just think he's really struggling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's not adapted. I don't know what it is. I just don't know if it's worked out for him in the UK. I don't know, mate. I really couldn't tell you. Kind of looked like he rolled his ankle. He might have just rolled his ankle. Yeah, that might make sense. But he couldn't put any weight on it, could he? He had to be carried off at the end of the game. Physically carried off. Harley Whelan, how you doing? Good to see you, Harley. Good to see you, mate. The Gibbs White goal, honestly, I can't believe what we just saw there. The pass out from Areola was shocking, and it's not good enough. All you've got to do is launch that up the pitch. Good me. Hague193, how's the Forest game been? It was a really, really good start from West Ham. They had a really good chance, couple of really good chances actually, and then, yeah, basically what happened was they were passing it round the back, the West Ham defence, and the goalkeeper, Alphonse Areola, just passed it out, and Gibbs White intercepted it, tapped it into an empty net. It was a really poor goal to give away, but West Ham haven't really got back into it. If anything, Forest have looked more like to score a second, if anything. Daniel, who's been the best Italian to play in the Premier League in the last 20 years? Ooh. Best Italian to play in the Premier League in the last 20 years. I'm trying trying to think of the players over. I mean, there's been a lot of if we're talking just 20 years, I'm going back further. The first Italian players who come to mind when you say Premier League Italian, I automatically think Di Canio, Zola, and Ravanelli. Those sorts of players I thought were absolutely fantastic. But once you get to the last 20 years, you've got a limited pot really to choose from. Cudicini was a good goalkeeper. Yeah, Cudicini was a good goalkeeper. Di Canio and Zola were before that. Di Canio and Zola were 90s. So I can't really have them. I don't know, mate. I really can't tell you. Probably had an absolute push, Cudicini. Tonali's been good recently, hasn't he? Tonali's been a good signing for Newcastle. There's not really been an awful lot. We've kind of struggled with Italians in the Premier League. They don't tend to adapt well when they come over this way. So yeah, Cudicini I thought was a very, very good goalkeeper for a spell, and he was unlucky when he left. 24 Chinook boy Luis Diaz gets 55k a week and Kiesa's on 150,000. Sickening. Yeah, Luis Diaz has got every right to be demanding a big contract at Liverpool, and I think that's another reason why he might end up leaving this summer. 24 Chinook boy Balotelli. Balotelli wasn't a good Premier League player. Fulham score, Raul Jimenez. Adam 464 AD, time of Newcastle game. It's 4:30. 4:30 is when that kicks off. That guy Jack 562. Leicester versus Ipswich prediction. 2-2 is the final. Ayew and Ndidi versus Hutchinson and Davis. Okay. Raul Jimenez scoring. Bloody hell. I've got Brentford to draw all that one. Win or draw for Brentford in that one. Have Brentford scored now as well? Why is my notifications not coming on then? No. Yeah, Raul Jimenez. Adama Traore again. There you go. Adama Traore. Available on a free this summer, I think. Or no, he's just signed a new contract, hasn't he? A bulldozing header from Raul Jimenez. But I like that question, by the way. Best Italian to ever play in the Premier League in the last 20 years. 24 Chinook boy, have you got any Arsenal shirts near you, bro? Get it on. I've got no Arsenal shirts near me. I'd have to dig it out, if anything. But I have got a yellow Arsenal shirt from many years ago. But come on, we really want Newcastle to win, don't we? We absolutely want Newcastle to win. I'm also planning to do a quiz. I've been saying it for a while, but I am actually planning to do a quiz at the half-time, or at least a question, like a trivia question at half-time. I'm going to be asking people who want to participate in it, so I'm going to be doing that. There's also an outside chance, by the way, that I'm not going to be live for the Arsenal-Newcastle game on TikTok. I'll be live everywhere else, but on TikTok, my phone is not a million miles away from dying. So yeah, so I might not be able to actually go live on TikTok. Lineups are out, very interesting from Newcastle. Let's see the lineups. What have we got? Starting lineups. Newcastle have gone Pope in goal. Livramento, Shah. No Isak. No Isak for Newcastle. Oh, that's grim. That is grim. There you go. That's all the more reason. I'm telling you, they're losing that. They are losing that. Isak isn't playing. Where's Isak? What's going on with Isak? What is going on with Isak? Why has he been left out? Has he put a transfer request in? What's going on? Isak, what's happening? What's happening? No Isak, my word. This will be tough. Minor groin injury. Isak. Someone said Isak doesn't want to play against his future club. Understandable. Telling you, Isak, there's something going on with him. There's something going on with him. I am telling you. I'm absolutely telling you. Daniel, I'd give you Tonali. He's almost clear. Cudicini was a bench warmer 20 years ago. I'd put Balotelli second. Maybe Calafiori can be up there. He's been to Arsenal games before he signed. He's kind of bus to Arteta's house. Listen, if Arsenal sign Arteta, I'll panic a little bit as a Liverpool fan. I'll start to think at that point, right, they're getting serious about this title. They're getting a little bit serious about this title. Adam464, if Newcastle manage 4 wins over Arteta in one season, then there will be questions for Arteta. 24 Chirac Boy, Jorginho, top Italian player. Right, Morato is about to come on for... Morato's about to come on here. Right, the only way that this is going to work... Wait a second, I'm going to have to change the charger thing on this. Because I reckon the only way that I'm able to get an actual charge going is if I plug that in there like that. Right, there you go. I think that might charge a little bit better now, so I might be able to stay on for TikTok for Arsenal. Maybe that'll work a bit better, hopefully. They're playing 3 at the back. Again, by the looks of it, we kind of need a Newcastle win. Right, there you go. The Arsenal team is David Raya in goal, Ben White, William Saliba, Jakub Kiwior and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, and Declan Rice, and then it's Saka, Trossard and Martinelli up front. For Newcastle, Shah, Botman, Byrne, Murphy, Guimaraes, Tonali, Livramento, Barnes, Wilson, Gordon. No Isak going to the Emirates. I'm telling you, they're getting done. They're getting done. 24 Rock Boy, bro, if you put an Arsenal shirt on, your views will go up. I don't think I want them sort of views, mate. I don't think I want them. And be honest, you say that, I think the Arsenal shirt that I've actually got is... Like, I've lost some weight. I have lost... You can tell I've lost some weight. But the Arsenal shirt would still be, like, painted on. You know, I'm still snug. Still very snug. But yeah, I need the views to go up organically. Don't want to be just, you know, putting an Arsenal kit on to get views up. Goal animation for Brentford. Have Brentford scored now as well? Why is that not coming up on my phone? Who scored? Brian Mbeumo, my absolute hero. Oh, do you know what? I hope Newcastle don't get him. Oh, Murillo's back out. He seems alright. Murillo's back out and playing. Morato's been told to sit down. He's staying on. Isla 12, who do you support? I support Liverpool, mate. Liverpool. Very much looking forward to the second half of West Ham and Forest, and then looking forward to Arsenal v Newcastle. Almost certain that Arsenal get the win there. That guy, Jack562, the Italian 20-year question, I thought of Zola, even though he didn't play in those years. That's it. Zola and Di Canio are the obvious Italians, aren't they? Ravanelli. Di Canio, I thought Di Canio was better than Zola. Di Canio was brilliant. He was really, really brilliant. Tonali's been very good, a very good Italian signing recently as well, but, you know, I think he's got a way to go before he tops those lads. Right, we're off here. We're underway. Bill Leslie and Jamie Carragher, the commentators. Isla 12, did you know that Isak is injured? Yes, we've just done the lineups then. Really surprised to see he's out injured. But that just makes me even more certain that Arsenal will get the win. No Isak. Tough for Newcastle to go there and get the win. Right, Forest have... Oh, thank God. Okay, the phone's actually charging now. Daniel, Football Factory reports an agreement has been made between Isak and Arsenal. Oh, no way. Isak, Arsenal. Let's see. Has it actually happened? The official reason. There you go. Apparently, Football Insider, Alexander Isak has told Newcastle, I've had enough in the northeast. Whoa! I tell you what, mate, that'll be... After Newcastle fans giving me stick all season for saying that I think Isak might leave him, and then they've been giving me stick and saying I'm a hater. Why do you hate Newcastle, bro? Why do you hate Newcastle? And I'm like, okay, I don't hate Newcastle, but I do think there's a good chance he might leave in the summer. Nah, he's not leaving. They've said, the players have said, the club said, there's no way he's leaving. If he actually does leave this summer, oh, I'll laugh my head off. Just for the fact that, and I still think he might stay, to be honest. But if that's true, that he's been left out because he's basically told the club he wants to leave, it kind of speaks to what I was saying. That guy Miles, shout out to my favourite streamer on TikTok. Are you going to shout out to him, or is it me? Is that what you're saying? I don't know who you're shouting out to, Miles, but if you're saying me, thank you, mate. Isla, I don't know why they don't give Sula a chance. I still think, Sula would be better than going with this mad system they've got now. Callum Wilson's never going to play for Newcastle again after this. He's not a centre forward at that level. But evidently Eddie Howe disagrees. Eddie Howe said that Callum Wilson played really well at Anfield. Arsenal haven't scored against Newcastle in the last 3 games, and Newcastle have won the last 3. So what? It's all there to be broken. Jadon Thompson, Isak injured. I don't know if that he is, mate. I don't know that he is. To me, there might be a chance that it's something a little bit more sinister. Could be something a little bit more sinister. Daniel, you're missing a great game. Brentford versus Fulham. Penalty to Brentford. Tonali took Isak to Weatherspoon one too many times. Tonali had a bet on Isak to miss tonight. He's got a groin injury, got nothing to do with moving clubs. Again, that's the official party line, isn't it? Of course it's going to be a groin injury. Of course it's that. Of course it's not true. He's been playing injured, rumoured he needs surgery. I think he will leave, but I really don't want him to. No skill, Aaron. That's not the case when you talk about Spurs v United. Oh, they haven't beaten Spurs since 2022. Is that not there to be broken? Yeah. But that's not when we're talking about 2 of the best teams. Arsenal are much, much better than Newcastle. Spurs and United have been dross all season. Spurs have been better. It's the opposite way around to what you're saying. It's not quite the catch you think it is, that one. That guy Jack, now that it's confirmed, where do you think Sesko and Javi Simons go? I think Sesko to Arsenal. Yeah, Sesko to Arsenal could work until I saw the Isak news, and now it looks like Isak's going to Arsenal. Football Factly reports an agreement has been made between Isak and Arsenal. Leicester 1-0 Ipswich, Jamie Vardy. We're all having a party with Jamie Vardy. There you go. IMZBB299, Spurs and United in the Europa League final game is gone. Come on Spurs, though. Still come on Spurs. Right, Olaina about to take a throw. We really, really need West Ham to get this one back. I don't know why I decided I would put West Ham as West Ham or draw I had in this game. That guy Jack, both Isak and Sesko wouldn't be bad, but it would be extremely rotation. Yeah, you're not signing both of them. There's no way they're signing both of them. It's very rare that clubs bring in 2 players for the same position in the same summer. Very, very rare. It's a free kick to West Ham. That's better. That's going to be a yellow card. James Moss, is Vardy an all-time top 10 Premier League striker? No. No. That's a very good question. Where does Jamie Vardy rank in the all-time top 10 Premier League strikers? I think if I'm doing top 10 Premier League strikers, I don't name Jamie Vardy in there. Yeah, I don't name Jamie Vardy in there. Vardy's a very, very good striker. And at his peak, he had that spell, didn't he, where he was like unplayable. But I would also argue that he's not quite as clinical as some of the other strikers that we've seen over the years. But it's good to see him, obviously good to see him scoring his 200th goal in his 500th game. It's the one that everyone wanted. Ben, I've stuck a fiver on Vardy and Burmo, Salamakers and Yamal to score today. Well, you've got two of them. And Yamal's almost certain to score against Villarreal. I just don't know about Salamakers. Vardy is a Miguel Michu type of player. Ball into the box. It's come out by West Ham. West Ham are pressing a lot more in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They're really, really pressing. Nico Williams has gone down injured here. Must have got a sore back. Sore back. Marwan, good to see you, Marwan. Hope you're doing well. Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't know why he's claiming anything there. Oh. Was there a bit of afters there? Was there a little bit of afters there? I wonder. It's not a VAR check here for a potential red card, is there? Marwan, Ajax just bottled the league by 1 point. Sorry, mate. I was going to say Ajax haven't had a really good season, have they? Not been a good season for the old Ajax. Come on, West Ham. Come on, West Ham. 24 Chinook boy, bro, how can I send you a new Arsenal shirt? Do you have Instagram? Yeah, Premier League Dad on Instagram, Premier League Dad on X, Premier League Dad on Twitch, Premier League Dad on YouTube, Premier League Dad on TikTok, Premier League Dad on Facebook, Premier League Dad on everything. You can send it wherever you want, mate. Go and find me wherever. But I'm Premier League Dad on all of those platforms. So yeah, you can absolutely go and find them. Dan H304, Vardy, definitely a top striker. Started late and played for Leicester. I just don't think I would class him as the top 10, though. That's the problem. I wouldn't ever say that Vardy was a top 10 Premier League striker. You know, he's far below the likes of Henry, Kane, Suarez. Oh, unlucky from Sofal there. Yeah, Henry, Kane, Suarez, Aguero, Andy Cole, Shearer, obviously, Rooney. You know, you can name, to be honest, you can name loads. Stats he does, talent no. Yeah, Rude. Van Persie was good, yeah. Not Cantona. But, no, I mean, Drogba and Cantona were better than Vardy. Yeah, Drogba and Cantona were better than Vardy, but I'm not sure I would have Drogba as in my top 10. People forget Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, you know. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was up there as one of the very, very best. I would have Robbie Fowler ahead of Vardy. I would have Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank ahead of Vardy. Yeah, Drogba. Probably Lukaku as well, you know. Lukaku was unbelievable. He was a great striker. I mean, he kind of did it on the European stage as well. I just think Jamie Vardy's not been that good for that long. That would be my take. Oh, that was unlucky. Letizia scored only worldies. I wouldn't have Letizia. No, Letizia wasn't better than Vardy. But I mean, Vardy, you've got an argument with Vardy in the likes of maybe Drogba. Yeah, Drogba. I mean, there's not. Maybe Lukaku as well. Drogba, Lukaku, probably in that region. They're about the same as Vardy, I would argue. But if you could only have one in your side, if you could pick one of the three, you wouldn't be picking Vardy. You'd still be picking Drogba or Lukaku because those two caused a nuisance, in my opinion. Marouane Lukaku at the time at Everton or Chelsea, you mean? Probably Everton, yeah. Everton Lukaku. Chelsea's Lukaku was never quite the same. But Everton Lukaku was a very, very good centre forward. That guy Jack562, United and Liverpool both named Cherky for their summer targets as he said he's leaving this season. Cherky isn't coming to Liverpool, but he might well go to United. That's a United type of signing, I think. Cherky. Yeah, he's a United type of signing. Football fan would love a West Ham goal right now, make the game interesting. I think we will get a West Ham goal. Yeah, I do. 24 Chirac boy, Aguero's insane. James Yorkie's up there too. Dwight York, no. I don't think Dwight York's up there. Dwight York was very much a second string supporting cast member to Andy Cole. Very good player, Dwight York at United, but he wasn't as good. I actually think the likes of Dimitar Berbatov. Berbatov was better than Dwight York. And people always forget Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. I know I've said it already, but honestly, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was so good. Unbelievable player. Right, it's a free kick here for Forest, just outside the area. It's in. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Who scored it? Elanga. I think it's Elanga. I don't know if it is. He's not really celebrating all that much, but it's 2-0. 2-0 to Forest. That guy, Jack562, why is no one mentioning Bergkamp? Bergkamp didn't score enough. He played a lot of games. He was a very good player, but Bergkamp's not. He's not that sort of player. Ooh, there might be an offside claim here. Might be an offside. Maybe. Might be a check. I'm telling you. Might be a check. It's Milenkovic, I think, who's going to get it. It's Milenkovic. But there might be a check here. This is tight. Marawan, did you watch some La Liga or Serie A like Barca, Villarreal, or Sevilla, Real Madrid? No, we're not going to be watching La Liga. We're going to be watching... I think this is offside. I think this is going to get ruled out. We're going to be watching Inter against Lazio tonight at 7:45. This is going to get ruled out almost certainly, guys. Milenkovic is the one who was stood offside when the ball was whipped in. It's very, very tight, but I think he is offside. And it's going to be... I'm almost certain that it's going to be chalked off. It's going to be chalked off, I think. So I need to go and get ready for the goal removal. We've not got a goal disallowed animation. We need to get a goal disallowed animation on YouTube. That guy, Jack 562, Michael Owen. Michael Owen is not a shout, Jack. Michael Owen is not even in the top 50. Like, it's mad because he won the Ballon d'Or. Maybe actually, top 50 is excessive. But Michael Owen never actually scored 20 goals in a season. Do you know that? He never actually scored 20 goals in a season. He's offside. You can see he's offside. He's miles offside. Why are we waiting here? Why is there a check on this? He's offside. He is offside. It's the clearest offside you're likely to see. You can see his foot. It's about a foot. It's about a foot ahead of the West Ham defender. It's definitely offside. This is what frustrates me. I'm really hoping we get semi-automated offsides where it's just so quick and they decide in seconds. He's off. You've got fans. You've literally got fans in the stands looking like this, looking at the phone going, it's absolute chaos. You can see he's offside. Come on, check. Offside, come on, offside. Here we go. It's like 2.5 minutes delay here now. Brentford 2, Fulham 1. What's the ref doing? What is the referee doing here? Is he going having a look at it? Is he going having a look? Why does he need to have a look? It's an offside. Oh, he's speaking to Graham Potter and to Nuno Santo here, which would indicate, actually, we're not 100% sure what's going on. Therefore, I'm going to give the goal, I wonder. We can't... Do you know what that is what that's going to be? He's going to give the goal. He's going to give the goal. He's going to give the goal. I think what this is going to be is the referee... It's not decided yet, but it looks like we can't distinguish whether it's a blue leg or a West Ham leg. And we don't know, so we can't tell, we can't zoom in, and therefore, with all the angles we haven't got the ability to tell definitively that it's onside or offside. Therefore, we're going to stick with the decision on the field, it's going to be onside. That's what I think he's going to do here. It's madness. He's offside. He is offside. He's offside. He's offside. You can see he's offside. This is so bad for technology to be saying this. I can't believe it. It's West Ham 0, Forest 2 as it stands. As it stands. Because there has been a 5-minute VAR check here now, where the referee has already gone over and spoke to both managers. They can't determine who it comes off last. That's what it is. They can't determine who it comes off last. It's Milenkovic's back. It comes off Milenkovic, and it's Milenkovic who has his foot closest to the goalkeeper. It's offside. But because they can't definitively determine it, they can't rule it out. That's what it is. So he's gonna give it. He's gonna give it. This is gonna be a long check. We're now into the 6th minute after the goal actually went in. No skill, Aaron, who scored for Brentford, but Mbermo scored the first, and I don't know who scored the second. I think it's been ruled out, the second. No, it's not. Who scored the second? Wissa scored the second, and Mbermo's missed a penalty, by the way, in that one. So, I can't, honestly, this is ridiculous. It's still ongoing. It is still ongoing. 24 Chirot boy. Here we go. The ref's got his thing here. I think this is going to be a goal. I think they're going to tell him we can't definitively decide. So we're just going to give the goal. That's what's happening. I hope he rules it out because it is offside. I am telling you this is offside. Goal. Told you. Goal. 2-0 Forest. It stands. That 6.5 minute check for all that. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That was never, ever, ever a goal. Ever. They got very, very lucky with that one, Forest. Very lucky. That guy, Jack, my prediction is right so far. I said Mbermo, Whistle and Jensen to score earlier, but you didn't see. Who got the assist for that goal for Forest? Elanga, mate. Elanga got the goal, the assist, sorry. So it was Milenkovic who whipped it in, and it was Elanga with the assist. So Elanga's got one assist. Gibbs White, there was no assist for that one. West Ham have made some changes, by the way, as well, I forgot to say. Fulkrug came on for Solchek, Alvarez came on for Cresswell, Paqueta came on for Guido Rodriguez, and Soler came on for Ward-Prowse. So there was 4 big changes for West Ham just before that goal went in. Literally just before, and it's a corner to Forest now. The goal definitely disrupted West Ham. Sorry, the changes definitely disrupted West Ham, and that has led to the goal for Forest. Good ball in. Chance there for Forest yet again. Unlucky. Cleared away by West Ham. Is this really how West Ham's home season is going to wind up? Such a disappointing end to West Ham's season, this. Forest regaining some form before Chelsea. Could well be the case. Again, Forest get the win here. They've got 65 points. And you know, we talk about this one being a really definitive one. If Arsenal beat Newcastle today, which I expect is going to happen, there could be as much, depending on, let's say City draw with Bournemouth. If City draw with Bournemouth, there could be 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. We could go into the final day with 1 point separating 5 teams. That could happen. That could seriously happen. Paqueta must be... Oh, lucky, good save, really good save, that from Sells. Again, he's kept Forest in it today. It was Soler, not Paqueta. It was another big save, that from Sells. The ball got played into the middle, came out to Soler right at the edge of the area, dropped a shoulder, little jink, and then a right-footed shot just inside near post. Good save by Sells. Very good, very good save. Ball into the box. Again, the corner cleared away by Forest. Here's Wan-Bissaka out wide to Soler. It's amazing to see Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the left and doing such a good job of it. Left, right, he's played as a wing-back, he's played as a full-back. He's, I think, one of those players that England will regret not kind of seizing hold of. And Man United, absolutely. I mean, again, you look at the Man United's problems at full-back and at wing-back this season and last season. Since he's gone, it's been a horrendous decision to let Aaron Wan-Bissaka go. The 50 million quid they paid Crystal Palace all those years ago, he could have finished his career at Man United. That looks a snip now, the way that he's been playing at West Ham. I think in the team of the season, Aaron Wan-Bissaka has a very, very good chance of appearing. That guy Jack 562. What is one Prem player you just miss, even if he's not from Liverpool? I miss Walcott personally. Walcott was dreadful. One Prem player that I miss. Coutinho. Yeah, Coutinho made me enjoy watching football. I loved it. That's a corner, surely. That's a corner. No, corner to West Ham. Good. Yeah, Coutinho. I loved watching Coutinho. It made me love foot. He made me enjoy watching footy. And the only other players from other clubs that I can remember doing that, Bergkamp. I miss Dennis Bergkamp. Thierry Henry. Wayne Rooney. Yeah. Gerrard. I miss that era. That era of Premier League football. It was so good, wasn't it? Robbie Fowler as well. Like Andy Cole. A lot of it. Kevin De Bruyne is really good as well. A bit more modern day. David Silva for City. But Coutinho, yeah, if you're asking me to pick one in particular, it would be Coutinho. Callum, back from the gym. Dad's Our Job podcast. Enough of this BS. Brady Sullivan. Wow. What do you think needs to change at West Ham? I'm assuming you're a West Ham fan, by the way. What do we think needs to change at West Ham? Like, for me, they've gone out and they've got Graham Potter. They're a team that's not been all that far from challenging. I mean, they won the Europa Conference League, but, you know, have been up and around those European places for a long time, up until recently. David Moyes left, Lopetegui came in, that didn't quite work, and obviously Potter hasn't quite been able to have an immediate effect. Maybe in time he will. But if you're a West Ham fan watching this, what's your grievance, I guess, with you know, your Brady and Sullivan? What are we? I guess from my point of view, I'm looking at it as that it's not like they've not had money to spend. There has been money to spend. It's just been spent poorly, I think. Same with Spurs. So I don't understand Spurs' grievance with Daniel Levy. I look at Daniel Levy and I see one of the best operators in football. I see Daniel Levy as someone that doesn't take any crap. He makes sure that he gets the best deals for Spurs, typically, whether it be commercially or players coming and going. I think they've been quite astute in the transfer market. Chance for West Ham, maybe. Oh, they've been quite astute in the transfer market. They haven't got them all right, but that's not necessarily Levy's decision. He's not a football man per se, is he? He's not in the room going, I think we should sign this guy. He's just listening to his managers, his coaching staff, and saying, yeah, we want this person. He goes and gets him. And he's built probably the best stadium, maybe the best stadium in Europe. One of the best stadiums in the world. You know, sort of top class facilities for Spurs and their fans. So I don't really understand the grievances with Daniel Levy, and I don't really understand the grievances with Brady and Sullivan. Callum, I miss Coutinho or Hazard. Unfortunately, he loves scoring against us. Dele Alli, Hazard, Coutinho, Suarez. I never really enjoyed watching Hazard or Dele Alli. Hazard only sometimes. I always thought he was really overrated. I always put Hazard into a little, sort of like Neymar, I guess. All show, not enough substance. Brandon, Levy is one of the worst owners ever. Who sacks a coach right before the final? Who cares about a nice stadium when we are winning absolutely nothing? So you think that that's Daniel Levy's responsibility? And would you still have Jose Mourinho in charge? Listen, the whole sacking a manager before a final, okay, even if we agree with you on that, that's to me, I don't think that's worthy of protests several years later. So what's the actual issue? What's the actual issue? It's not about we're not winning anything under him. Well, he's appointing managers. He's giving those managers money to... All you can do, like for me, if you're a fan of a football club, all you really want your owners to do is 3 things. 1, hire the right people. 2, give them the tools to do the job. And then 3, shut up and stay out the way. That's what you want from your owners. That's what I love about FSG, to be honest. I know Liverpool fans have complained an awful lot about FSG, but you can't deny they've done all 3 of those things. They've tended to stay out of the way. They've let the managers do their job, let the managers manage. They've hired the right people in the right positions, and they've invested in the club and the playing team. We've never been the highest spenders on the pitch, but they've paid them well, and they've built a brand new stadium, brand new training complex, state of the art, and they've built 2 big new stands and maybe a third coming soon as well. So, I think FSG have done really well at Liverpool, and I'm not sure why there's such a furore about Daniel Levy. I can't understand it. West Ham scoring. Are West Ham scoring? No, I don't think so. The game's fizzing out now. It looks like it's going to be a Forest win. That second goal really took the wind out of West Ham's sails. The fact that there was a 6.5 minute delay to find out that they'd scored as well. And to me, I think what we're talking about is they've actually not decided that it's a goal. They've just said, we can't definitively prove that it isn't a goal. West Ham are still fighting though. They're around the edge of the area. It's all a bit scrappy, and that's poor. Really poor. 24 Chirok boy. Drogba celebrations were my childhood. What the old that stuff. Ben Twist from another club, bit obscure, but Chris Samba, Barclays defender. Yeah. Blackburn and QPR, innit? Ben, Gerrard and Suarez for Liverpool, and Morton Gamps Pedersen. Loved to go. 2 guy as well. He liked rasping him in from distance. Callum Pep made the Prem robotic. I miss pre-Pep days and like the entertainment. 16-17 was peak Prem. Coutinho, Firmino, Mane, Hazards, Costa, Williamson, Ericsson, Ali, Kane, Lukaku, Barkley, Sané, Aguero, Sterling, Sanchez, Ozil, Giroud, Vardy and Mahrez, yeah. Right, well, West Ham aren't getting much joy here. I've got to be honest with you. West Ham are not getting much joy. It's not been a particularly enjoyable watch, this game. We've seen 2 goals, both pretty poor in terms of quality. West Ham gave the first one away. They basically put it on a plate and gift wrapped it and sent it to Forest, the first one. The second one, it's a free kick and it flicks off the defender. I think it's an absolute certainty to be offside, but what we've seen is a 6-minute check and VAR basically saying that, you know what, we can't definitively tell that it is or it isn't offside, so we're going to give the goal. We're going to stick with the onside decision, the on-field decision. And isn't that mental? That's where we're in. 2025, all these cameras can't definitively tell that who the player is, who stood in an offside position, and was it the goal scorer. I'm hundreds of yards away, hundreds of miles away, sorry, I can tell you, easily. 24 Chirok boy, bro, please wear something red, you're dressed like a magpie. Well, I'm not supporting Newcastle. I'm not supporting Newcastle. There's no way at all I'm changing for Newcastle. Brandon, where do you rank Kane in the all-time Premier League strikers? honestly. Oh, that was a nasty tackle from Bowen. Oh, Bowen's just absolutely gone through Nico Williams there. I think it was a good tackle, actually, but he has absolutely wiped him out. Oh, that was proper old-fashioned Premier League. That's what you want to see. And even, do you know what? Even that wasn't actually a snide tackle. But that's what you want to see. A bit of that. Jared Bowen. Where do I rank Kane? Second or third, maybe. Centre forward position. Third. Yeah. Yeah, I rate Harry Kane above Wayne Rooney and above Aguero. And only below Henry and Suarez. Henry, Suarez, Kane are my top three. I can't look past them. They would be my top three. Henry, Suarez and Kane. Kane was incredible. Shearer probably wasn't far behind. Yeah, Shearer probably wasn't far behind. Above Rooney and Aguero. Yes, Aaron. Yes. Kane was incredible, and he did it for a Spurs side that wasn't anywhere near as good as City's. He was so good, Harry Kane. He scored all types of goals. Left foot, right foot, header. Just absolutely incredible. Top player. Top player. That guy, Jack, 5'6", Rooney is third for me. Brandon, fair enough, his overall play is brilliant, but just a shame he couldn't have had a bit of silverware. That's true. Yeah, that's true. No skill, Aaron, I'd put him above Aguero, not Rooney. I mean, you want a striker to score goals first and foremost. If I'm making a Premier League team, I'm having Gerrard in there. And Gerrard does the job of Rooney in terms of setting the standards, leadership, fight, energy, all that. I don't need... Gerrard and Rooney in the same team, fine if you can fit them in, but Rooney for me would only be maybe a bench player. You want your centre-forward to score goals, and no centre-forward scored goals in Premier League history, as far as I'm concerned, as frequently as Harry Kane. Thierry Henry, Harry Kane... they're the two. Suarez was very, very close. Suarez was exceptionally close as well. In that one season, I thought he was unbelievable. But yeah, I would absolutely be talking Harry Kane as maybe third behind Suarez and Henry. Brandon, just think of this. He scored around 30 goals in an awful Spurs side and had no one to create chances. Meanwhile, Haaland had Foden, KDB, Silva and many more, to be fair. Haaland, honestly, it's mad. Whenever we talk about Haaland, whenever we do these discussions about who the best player is and all that sort of thing, Haaland's never even mentioned. He's never even mentioned. Because you know why? I feel like Haaland doesn't affect the game. If he's not scoring, it doesn't affect the game. Doesn't affect it. Whereas you can't say that with Harry Kane. Harry Kane created his own goals. He would often drop deep, pick the ball up and smash it in from 25, 30 yards out. He would score all different types of goals. Oh, what a goal that is from West Ham. And we might be back on here. We might be back on. It was a long ball into the box. It was a nothing ball. There's 5 minutes left here. Jared Bowen, little chest down, bang, volley into the top corner. What a goal that is from West Ham. Great goal that. Really, really good. It's just a nothing ball in. He's onside. It's a clearance from the... that's some finish. Is it Morato? I think it's Morato who tries to head it away, and Bowen just does a little... I'd say that's some goal. It's a little flick. A little flick with the outside of his foot just to tee himself up for the volley, and then he smashes it into the top corner past Sells. Under pressure from Nico Williams as well. He's such a player, him, Jared Bowen. And again, I'm a little bit sorry for him that he's not going to experience Champions League football and playing at that level, because he absolutely could have been. He's going to retire a West Ham legend, isn't he? He'll probably see out his days there at West Ham. Top player. Really, really top player. Would have loved him at Liverpool at his peak. Really, really good player. Aaron Tappinland doesn't deserve to be mentioned. No skip. What does that mean? Premier League Dad's fan club has completed the first stage of the club quest and unlocked club cheers. All fans can now send it to celebrate. I don't know what that means. I agree. That's always my argument. Brandon, what a player Bowen is, man. He's so good and he's so likeable as well, isn't he? I always feel like, Jared Bowen is just an unbelievable player. Really, really good player. 24, Shirok boy. Bro, do you think football in the future will abandon refs for cameras? No. I think... I think the problem we have with referees at this moment in time is there's just not a crop of... nobody wants to be a referee, do they? Nobody actually wants to be a referee. It's the referee. Oh, here we go. West Ham are four. Oh, they're flying forward here. West Ham. They might nick it. Forest are gonna have to be very careful. They keep giving it away, Forest. Oh, and the refs give a foul. I think we need to support referees. I do think we need to support referees. Yo, Oscar, good to see you. What do you think about Goodison Park? End of an era. Yeah, really, really sad to see Goodison Park go. Great ground. Sad to see these cathedrals, these old, churches where we go to watch football. Sad to see him knocked down. Same with Upton Park. Same with White Hart Lane, Highbury. Old Trafford soon to be as well, no doubt. Very, very sad. Don't want to see Goodison Park go, but I understand you've got to do it, so... It's one of them things. Brandon, alright, time off now. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Brandon. Take it easy, mate. Yeah, good to see you as always. Murillo's still limping there. He's not quite sure. Long ball forward. Cleared away by West Ham. They're going to have to get the ball forward very, very quickly. We're into the 89th minute here. West Ham are going to have to get it forward as quickly as they possibly can to try and get this equaliser if they can. Still 2-1 Brentford Fulham. Still 1-0 with Leicester and Ipswich, by the way, as well. Bowen with a shot. Unlucky. Very, very nearly. A good shot on target from Bowen there. It's going to be another foul to Forest. I tell you what, he is an absolute shocker there, that ref. He's had an absolute disaster. And it's a yellow card for Todibo for screaming at the referee. It's just going to get yellow card for dissent there, isn't he? I'm not entirely sure why, because there was a massive visceral reaction there then. This might be a red, actually. Is there going to be a red? No. Christ, okay. Yeah, the ball got cleared out, and it was a 50-50 challenge between Todibo and... Oh, he doesn't... Do you know what? He doesn't even foul him. It was Todibo and Hudson-Odoi. Todibo got the ball, kicked it off the shins of Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi then went down, and Jean-Claude Todibo has just been booked for it. L. Johnson, will you be watching the Newcastle game? Yes, as soon as this one goes off, we're going to switch over to the Newcastle game. There is 11 minutes added, though. There is 11 minutes added. Newcastle kicks off against Arsenal at 4:30, and there's 11 minutes added here at the end of the game. So we're going to be in a very, very quick changeover. You have to stay with us. But yeah, it's West Ham 1, Forest 2, 11 minutes on. Added at the end of the game here. West Ham pushing forward to try and get back into it. I wonder if they can. Be an amazing finish if they can. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. Really unlucky that from Guillaume. Come on, West Ham. Oh, no, what have you done? Forest very nearly. I tell you what, it's Todibo as well. He's only just got booked. The ball went underneath his foot. All he needed to do was clear it away, and he kind of let it go, and it ended up going underneath his foot. That's a foul, ref, surely. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. Come on. Oh, and then he gives a foul to Forest. Of course he does. This ref is absolutely shocking. He's had an absolute shocker today. It's all Forest. That's all he's given to these. He's always giving it to Forest. He's asking. He's calling someone over to him here. He wants a word. Todibo, come here. Tell it. He might send him off. Seriously, he might send him off if he's not careful. Who's he speaking to? Jean-Claude Todibo? No, Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen. I think he's saying to Jared Bowen, listen, calm these players down. He's the captain. I think he's saying, just calm it down, because we're getting very, very near here now to the threshold for yellow cards, and off you go. Here's Forest pushing forward. 8 minutes left. Oh, Nico Williams drops to the floor here. Razine, mate, do you play FC 24? I have got it, mate. I have got it, and I have played it, but I haven't played it probably in about 5 or 6 months. I bought it, and then since I started this channel, I just haven't got any free time. All my free time is either recording videos or doing live streams, as you know. So we just don't. I've just not had time to play it, but I have got it. 24 shit up boy. Gimarais, yellow card. Rice, 2 shots on target, and to be fouled twice, 100-1. Jesus Lord. It's going to be a corner to Forest here. 7 minutes to go. And they're going to make 2 changes here, Forest as well. It looks like Ryan Yates is coming on. Elanga's going off. Jota Silva, I think, is coming on as well. Is it Jota Silva? Yeah, Jota Silva and Ryan Yates about to come on for Forest. 2 changes just to run down the clock here. Just to waste some time. I think the referees and the Premier League have to give really clear directives with this stuff. Where if there's a change in extra time, there should be a minute added on straight away. Just a minute. There's an immediate rule. Any changes in extra time, 1 minute, done. Wojciech, how's it going? Good to see you, Wojciech. Razine, mate, can't join for Arsenal game. Stuck with SMH, but I'll defo join 30 minutes before Barca game. And I'll try to join the Serie A game later on. Okay, Razine, no problem. Good to see you, as always, mate. Oh, the referee's going to go over and give a yellow card here to Graham Potter, it looks like. It's a very slow walk from this referee. So frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. The referee has had an absolute shocker. Callum, are you going the parade? No, mate, not going the parade. No, definitely not going the parade. Not really my idea of fun, if I'm honest with you. Good claim there from Areola, and a long ball forward straight away. Oh, West Ham just got that wrong. Right, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. 24 shot boy. Yeah, bro, Arteta and Pep go crazy over the minutes wasted. It's true. I mean, when you actually look at a Prem game and you see kind of how many minutes are actually played in game, it's incredible. The actual time wasted over throw-ins, over free kicks, substitutions, penalty, any set pieces, corners, goal kicks, everything. You end up seeing a 90-minute game, and it's usually like maybe 35, 40 minutes of actual football where the ball is in play. It's crazy. It's crazy. I would actually love it if they did a little bit like rugby, where they stop the clock during where the ball goes out of play. Razine, I don't want to watch the Inter game. I was recovering from all of it. I'll watch Roma Atalanta fight for Europe, maybe. Roma AC Milan. Yeah, Roma AC Milan will be a good one to watch too. Oh, that's really good play by Paquetá. Bowen. Oh, unlucky. Good tackle by Nico Williams there. Good tackle. Cleared up the pitch, but West Ham come back. West Ham keep coming back. It's 4 minutes left here. Unlucky. That's a foul. And the ref's not giving it. And Forest are away here if they get this right. Oh, and they're not going to try and win it. They're going to take it into the corner, it looks like, to waste time. Waste more time. They're wasting more and more time. Woods just tackled there by Toribo and it's gone into the corner. Right, we've got 13 minutes left before the Arsenal-Newcastle game starts. We'll obviously be live for the Arsenal-Newcastle game, so don't worry. This is going off in 4 minutes, and I'll change over straight away. We'll be straight live again for Arsenal-Newcastle. We'll go through the lineups. We'll do all that in the build-up. But it's a very, very quick changeover. That's a goal kick. That's a goal kick. 3 minutes left. 2 minutes. It's going to be a big, big win, this, for Forest. Very big win. Ooh, Toribo. He's having a little word there with Chris Wood. It's been a very ill-tempered game, this. It's been a very feisty one, West Ham and Forest. It's been a very, very... not a particularly friendly one. I thought this would just be pretty straightforward, but no, actually... it's they've kicked off at each other a good few times. Here's Bowen. Out to Toribo. Don't just be pumping balls in. No. Cleared away by Forest. Too easy. 2 minutes left. It's all the way back to the goalkeeper. Here's Alphonse Areola. Here's Toribo. West Ham coming forward. They've got 120 seconds left here to try and make something of this. To get a ball into the box. To find one bit of quality. Can they do it? Jared Bowen, someone like that. Can they produce something? It's going to go out and it's going to be... No, Nico Williams keeps it in. And knocks it long up the pitch to Chris Wood. Oh, and now Jota Silva's in behind. Forest have got a chance here. Big chance. Shots. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner to Forest. Corner to Forest. 60 seconds left. I think that might do it. That might be it, That might be it. Adam 464AD. Are Forest no longer capable of catching fifth? They are, yeah. I mean, with this win now, they have... they're on 65 points, I believe. 65 points. So looking at it, it'll be Forest in... Yeah. They'll be a point behind fifth going into the final day. A point behind fifth. And a point behind third, in theory. I mean, Newcastle are on 66. Chelsea are on 66. Villa are on 66. City are on 65, but they play Bournemouth. So they've got a game in hand. And Forest are now on 65. So if City were to draw with Bournemouth, they'd be on 66. So it'd be Newcastle 66, Chelsea 66, Villa 66, City 66, Forest 65 going into the final day. Tell me it's not exciting in the Premier League. You're lying. You're lying. Razine, Paqueta, Neymar 2022 World Cup streets, won't forget. Bro, let's do a shirt giveaway. Get this channel popping. You deserve it. Cheers, man. I don't know if the shirt giveaway would do an awful lot for me, if I'm honest with you. Razine, Woody's having a breakthrough season. He was very bad last year. Missing sitters, won't forget. Home versus City. Right, there's still maybe 30 seconds left here. West Ham are going to have to get it up the pitch and quickly. They're going to have to launch it up the pitch. Forest win it back. Now their turn to launch it up the pitch. Straight up to Wan-Bissaka. The Forest players, the Forest manager is screaming for the full-time whistle. Big switch over to the far side. They're going to have to just pump it in the box here, West Ham. They haven't got long. Knocks it in. Cleared away by Forest. Final chance, maybe. Little flick in. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Nico Williams knocks it behind. It's going to be a corner. And Nuno Santo is screaming. Nuno Santo is screaming. Alphonse Areola's coming up here. West Ham have sent the goalkeeper forward. I think this is going to be the last chance of the game. The last chance of the game. West Ham got a corner. And the goalkeeper is in the opposition penalty area. Alphonse Areola whipped in. Chance! Offside! What a save! What a save from the keeper, Matt Sells. It goes back out wide to the West Ham crosser. Get it in! What are you wasting time for? Put it in! It's cleared away. Comes out again. Wan-Bissaka knocks it back in. Knocks up in the air. And that's going to be it, is it? Is it? No? Yes? No? That's a foul. That's it. That's it. That's got to be it now, ref. That's got to be it. Surely that'll be that. Oh, off the corner. I don't know who it was who actually knocked it. Smashed it. Unbelievable effort off the corner. Oh, there's a VAR claim. Here, there's a VAR check. We might be getting a red card at the end of this game. There might be a VAR red card here. Who's getting sent off, I wonder? Someone. The Forest players are fuming. Alvarez raging at Milenkovic. Something's happened here. I told you. This, honestly, it's all going off here. It's all going off. There's going to be red cards galore. This referee's got to have his work done. There might be Forest players missing in that final game of the season against Chelsea. I don't know what's going on. But the referee's just standing back and listening to the VAR, who's watching and watching. And it might be a red card here to one of these, or both of these, who knows. Fulkrug's getting shoved. There's all short. It's handbags. Handbags all over the place. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. Oh my God, it's like a body slam. Nah, there's no wrong there. There's no wrong there. Oh, it's handbags. Yeah, there's no red card there. There's no red card there. Whoa! Morato does kind of shove Bowen in the face a little bit, but nah, it's handbags. It's handbags. Honestly, at this point, ref, just blow up. Just blow up. There's no red card here. There's no red card, I don't think. He's got a yellow card in his hand, so he might just be booking a few of the players, and that'll be it. That'll be it. We're just going to get ready now for Arsenal against Newcastle, which is starting in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. But yeah, as it looks, I mean, Forest against Chelsea is pretty much the final, isn't it? Of who's going to qualify for the Champions League. The winner probably gets Champions League football. And look, we're going to be watching that on the final day. That's the game that we're going to be doing when all the other games are going on. We're going to do Forest against Chelsea. I'm a Liverpool fan. And I'm sticking with Forest and Chelsea because let's be honest, Liverpool and Palace, it's going to be the most hungover game ever. Right, there you go. Yellow cards all galore. And there might be a red here. Is it a red? Is it a red to someone? No? What's going on? What is this referee doing? Do you know what? When we talk about losing control of the game, it's that. The referee's had an absolute shocker here. I don't know who this ref is. But he's had a disastrous game. He's had an absolutely disastrous game. Is it a penalty? No, it's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It just, the ball got, Leicester have scored again against Ipswich. It's going to be a drop ball here, I think. There was handbags up the pitch. There was lots of fighting and scrapping. What is the referee doing here? I have no idea what this referee is doing. Is he giving a free kick to West Ham? He might have given a free kick to West Ham, you know. Or does he doing? No, he's doing a drop ball. He's doing a drop ball here, and it's going to be a contested drop ball, I'm guessing. or he's asking them to kick it back. I don't know. The ref's lost complete control here. He has lost complete control. Honestly, I'm going to have to turn this game off here. I'm going to have to turn this game off because we're going to have to get over to the Arsenal game. Oh my God. And after all that, he blew up. What an absolute prick. Right, we're finishing. We're gonna restart the stream for Arsenal against Newcastle. I'll be back in literally 30 seconds. Stick with me or get over to YouTube and watch Premier League Dad. See you shortly.